who goes from 2 metres here. Zoe Neal, fastest time of the runners here, 3 finals this season, won the Ballarat Gift back in 2021, and Nicole Berridge in the green, second fastest time. She won the Terang Gift.
Well, Nicole Berridge, the Canberrian, she started competing at age 27, if you can believe. She's 34 now. She broke 12 for the first time this year in the heats of nationals. She ran 11.99. So Nicole in the green is definitely one to watch, but Zoe Neal here in the blue, she's coached by Shane McKenzie. She was in the 2019 final, as you said, and honestly, she was a finalist in the 100 metres at the nationals in the juniors, and she's definitely the one to watch.
So once again, just the winner goes through, and difference between the times from the heats. Neal 13.73 and Berridge 13.79 as the backmarker bull looks to defend. She got a big job here, but well, she's had a great summer. She went on to the amateurs and ran well at the nationals.
Yeah, she was brilliant in those nationals where she made the final of the 200 metres. She's a beach sprinter, physio student. She moved from Harvey Bay to Gold Coast to be coached under Brett Robinson, part of that really strong Viking Athletics squad. I think in this, she just needs to work that early to middle phase. If she can get that right, we know her back end is very, very strong. So
the outmarkers, Kate Walker off 10.5 metres. There's the blue Neal. 5.5 is her mark, and you can see the block is on the 2 metre line for bull, the hands wherever they're comfortable. Just about set. Second semi, change our game, women's gift. So away they go, and Walker leads them away from Shannon. Berridge began pretty well. The blue Zoe Neal starting to move into her work. She goes past Perry Whittingham, and Bull's got a bit of work to do. The green's still in front here. Berridge, she's going to hang on, I think. Gets there, she does. So an upset in the second semi-final where Nicole Berridge holds off Zoe Neal.
Well, it's the green again. Well, Berridge, the 34-year-old who's only been running for 7 years and is in personal best shape. One to show that, you know what, you're never too late to get into something new. So Nicole Berridge has made the Stawell Gift final. What a year she has had, the athlete from Canberra. She was third in the semi-finals at the nationals in the 100 metres as well. She's a fabulous athlete that's just come into the sport quite late, but you can see here she stayed so wonderfully relaxed. She uses that knee drive so well. She pushes off the ground. Arms are just working so well. Drives to the line, just super relaxed. That was a brilliant run.
And that classic pro form of winning in Terang and second in Warrnambool early in the season, and then you go away and do other things and get ready for Central Park. So has had the experience, Rich, of running against Australia's fastest at the National Championships, a winner this year, and that's a good win, an upset to take out the second semi.
It was an upset according to the bookies, but not according to you, Nicole. Describe your thinking coming into this semi.
I really wanted to make the final,
yeah.
So I was just going to go for it.
Tell us, so 34 years of age, only been running for, what, 7 years? Is that right?
Oh, yeah, 7 or 8.
Yeah. Why track and field? Why athletics?
Well, I used to do it when I was a kid, so I've always loved it. I just had like a 10-year break, and I came back, and I've been enjoying it ever since.
And when did Stawell come on the radar for you?
Probably this year. I came last year for the first time with my training buddy Claire, and since then I've loved it. So I was like, yeah, we're definitely coming back.
Okay. You've grown up watching the Stawell Gift and seeing it?
I think every year since I can remember. I didn't think I'd be here running it, but here we are.
And what's the feeling like to be in a final?
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Super happy.
A bit of that experience might help, I reckon.
I hope so.
Good luck.
All right, thank you.
So Nicole Berridge of 7 metres, 13.81 is the time for her. Kelly Henderson won the first semi-final, 13.62. So they're the first two that have booked their passage to the Change Our Game Women's Gift. It's not too far away from semi-finals 3 and 4. Stay with us. Live from Central Park.
Some of the unsung heroes of this incredible Stawell Gift Carnival are the curators. Kevin Rickard, aka cabbage. He puts all the finishing touches on this incredible track. 25 millimetres of rain on Thursday. It's a bit soft today, but it looks in brilliant nick as we go to the third semi-final of the Change Our Game Women's Gift, featuring one of our best runners over 400 in Australia, Ellie Beer, and an internet and social media sensation, Dave.
Well, you would know, Richo. I wouldn't. Tamsin might, but they go down to the blocks here, and Layla Watson in the green. Fastest time from the heats. Good junior 200 and 400 metre runner. Had a good season this year, winning at Warrnambool Beachside over 470 metres in Ballarat. Ali Beer, Tokyo Olympian over 400. Pretorius ran 6th in the 400 final.
And they'll have to chase down in the black Olivia May, who is the internet sensation that Richo was talking about.
And Bennett's as well in the blue that you like, Tams, and the 400 metre hurdle under 20 national champion from Mudgee. Away they go. So from the outside, it's May, then Ross. Watson's begun very well in the green. Then back to Newton. Bennett's is moving pretty well. Beer and Pretorius have got a lot of work to do. So Watson is the favourite here. She's a long strider. Bennett's is flashing home. I don't think she's got there. I think Watson just, the 17-year-old from Warrnambool, had a long stride and they looked like she was running through quicksand towards the end. The strides got longer and a little slower, and the door was open for Bennett's, but I'm not sure that she's been able to clamber the gap.
Well, it looks like it's the green again. So another green across the line. That's 3 in a row of the green. Layla Watson is a 200, 400 metre runner at the Australian Championships. She made the final of the under 20 400 metres. Vic's silver medalist in the 400. So she's got that great back end strength, even though she relies on good arm drive to keep her turnover at the end. What a great run. And you can't go past how fabulous Alicia Bennett's run was then, the super talent at 17 who turns 18 this month. Watch this race. In the blue, Alicia Bennett, she reacts so well. And even though she's a 400 metre hurdler, she worked so well through the middle phase to try and work through the runners and get up onto Layla Watson. She just couldn't quite get there in time. Layla Watson is using those arms so well to use that forward lean and drive to try and hold Alicia Bennett's off. What a super close race. Let's get a closer look.
It is Watson who's got the win. 13.79 is the time, and off 8.75. So we have had 3 winners from the green. They won't all race in green in the final, of course. We'll resort them based on the handicaps, but at the moment we've got a 10.5 with Henderson, a 7 metre runner with Berridge, and now Layla Watson. 13.79, Richo, she hung on.
So Layla Watson joins me. Layla, you're a Stawell gift finalist. Gee, it was now on the line. Did you think you'd won?
No, I thought I got second. I didn't think I did it.
It was a driving finish. Take us through that run.
Just go. just run.
Making that transition from what we've seen as a really talented junior competing on the synthetic track to here on grass.
I enjoy both, but probably the grass racing or pros has a bit more atmosphere, so it's just a bit more fun. Like, just go out and have fun pretty much.
And what's that feeling like to make a Stawell gift final?
Just, I don't know. I'm so happy.
Are you surrounded by a lot of training partners here?
Yes, yeah, the whole squad's here.
Okay, enjoy the warm-up, enjoy the experience, soak it up and let it rip.
Thank you, thanks so much.
Yes. Yeah. So good run there from Layla Watson. Interesting, the wind. Nicole Berridge in the second semi, Tamsin, 13.81 with a minus 1.4, and the other 2 wins have been plus 0.2 for the first and minus 0.2 for the second. So when you look at those times, that's not a bad run from Berridge, the 13.81 into a minus 1.4 as they're up at the start line for 4th semi-final. Bella Pasquale, the favourite here, Bree Masters, 3 times a silver medalist at the National Championships, ran an 11.23 in Auckland, almost the fastest time in Australia this year. Pasquale, who won the 400 last year, won at Rye this year, came second in 2015. And then Hayley Martin, sister won here in 2016, pod squad member. We've talked about them already, the Martins, Tamsin. Here's Pasquale.
Bella Pasquale is one of the ones to watch here. She's so tall and smooth and uses those legs well. And because she's a 400 metre runner, it has been cold and a little bit wet. The track and a bit of a headwind at times. So this could suit her, Bella, today. But she's an all-schools 400-metre champion. She's broken 55 seconds for the 400 and is certainly the one to watch. But Bree Masters in the red, what a quality athlete she is. Former beach sprinter that has moved to the track so successfully. She was a World Championship representative last year. She was the semi-finalist in the Commonwealth Games in that 100 metres and just a quality athlete. And I love her running style, how she is off the ground. So I think if the others get a little bit nervous and tense up even a slight little bit, Bree Masters will be there to pounce.
She'd love a headwind. Her partner, Matt Rizzo, goes in the men's semis as a former winner here. They had a great race last year in the back markers. They didn't win it. Jacob Despard, former winner, was the man who took out the back markers, but it was a nice little tasty battle between the two of them. So Kinane in yellow will give something for Pasquale to latch onto, along with Aya. Kinnersley's not out of it in the pink. Ran 13.90 in her heat, but when you look at the time from Bella Pasquale, the 13.62, she's got some time up her sleeve.
She does. And Chloe Kinnersley, like Layla Kinane, has won that Bay Sheffield at such a young age. So Kinane won it at 15 and Kinnersley at 16. So they have that ability to relax under extreme pressure. And a semi-final of a gift, when you've got such a big paycheck on the line, is extreme pressure. So we know that Bree Masters knows how to cope under pressure. See her taking those deep breaths, just focusing, looking straight down the line, not thinking about anything else other than what her race plan is, which will be to run as fast as she can.
So Graham Humphreys issues the final instructions to the starters here. I want you to be completely still. If there's any movement, we'll blow the gun and you will be back a metre. So Masters off scratch. It's the mark of honour at Stawell. Long way back. Pasquale in the blue, 7.25 metres. The favourite here, won the 400 last year. Mum and Dad both been in gift finals. So Martin got away okay. Kinnersley began well. Aya ran well. And look at Pasquale. She goes straight past Kinane. Lemon Masters have got a lot of work to do, but Pasquale, she looks smooth, doesn't she? Kinnersley still running well, but Pasquale's going to get there, goes through ahead of Kinnersley and Masters. And that's the most impressive we've seen so far. We don't have the time yet, but just on looks, Tamsin, that was a smooth run and a comfortable win.
Yeah, that was a fabulous run by Bella Pasquale. You know, she knows Stawell. She grew up watching the Stawell gift every Easter, so this is part of her fabric. You know, she's built around Stawell, so she knows what it takes to get a gift win. She's seen it year after year, and she ran that just beautifully relaxed, and she used those long legs so well. She was a smooth runner down that back end of that race, and she would have felt Bree Masters coming to her, because Bree Masters had a fabulous race, but she stayed relaxed. Watch here in the blue. She pops up a little bit, shows that she's more a 400-metre runner than a 100-metre runner. But when she gets up and running, she has that lovely long leg stride. She's using her arms well. Bree Masters in the red has had a cracking run. She's worked so well. There was nothing she could do to get back onto Bella Pasquale, who ran just a brilliant semi-final run there.
So 13.63 is the official time. The fastest we've seen so far is Keely Henderson's 13.62. I'll be interested in the wind on that, which we'll get in a moment. But there's a good shot of the relaxation. It's interesting that these 7 markers, they do just fight their way to the line of fraction. It's going to be fascinating to see how that plays out in the final. But Bella Pasquale, Richo, is through to the Change Our Game Women's Gift Final.
Into the Stawell gift final, Bella Pasquale. What a great thrill for you, mate. Let's talk about all the great history your family's got, and when you ever thought, gee, I'd love to make a Stawell gift final.
Yeah, well, watching my parents ever since I was born at the Stawell gift, I knew it was always a dream of mine to make this final, so yeah.
You won the 400 metres, and we know that you've been brilliant winning Vics and Nationals in your age group, but that's 400. When did you decide, hey, I want to make a Stawell gift final?
Oh, well, I didn't really know. When I won the Rye gift, it was a bit of a, maybe you can actually do this. And then we kind of switched up my training a bit. So I'm enjoying sprint training a lot better than 400 training.
And the beauty of being a teenager, hey, don't worry about any pressure. Do you go to mum or do you go to dad for advice leading into the final?
None.
None?
I don't know.
Ignore them.
Yeah, coach. He's got the best advice.
Mate, good luck. We're
Thank
really
you.
proud of you. Have a real crack at that final.
Thanks, Richo.
Well, what a great answer to a very, very tricky question from who's got 3 daughters, Jason Richardson. You should know better than to ask that question. That was a tricky one, and if Bella Pasquale can handle the running like she did the question, she's the favourite for the Change Our Game Women's Gift. We've got 2 semi-finals to go. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be back at Central Park right after this. And here's the start list for the 5th semi-final Change Our Game Strickland Family Women's Gift. And Grace O'Dwyer won this event at 16 years of age back in 2016. She was the first to win when the prize money was equal, took home the $40,000. Coached by her dad, we've talked about that. And, well, her winning time, Tamsin, of 13.55 in the heats will be tough to toss here. She goes in the blue. Alexi Louisu in the red, won in 2019. Pollard was in the 400 final. She goes from green. So away they go. Spencer got a pretty good start on the outside from Neil, then Pollard, Carter and Dwyer in the blues already moved up to them, back to Western, Louisu, but it's all Grace O'Dwyer here, and she strolls home. That's comfortable. She's pretty flat out to the line, but look at the margin. Look at the margin. It was as big as we've seen and impressive.
Well, Grace O'Dwyer, who grew up watching her dad, Peter, compete. She's part of that, her dad's squad, and she's won the gift at 15, at 2015, won that big check, like you said. I mean, what do you do with a $40,000 check at 15? Maybe Richo will find out, but she spent Stawell every Easter at the Stawell gift of her life. So, you know, she knows how to win these. She knows how to peak and prepare. Physio Pilates instructor, and that was just a wonderful win, and she has staked her claim for this title.
So the 24-year-old from Ballarat, impressive. And Dad has coached 4 gift finalists. Matt Wiltshire in 2012, Holly Dobbin in 2014, Grace in 15, and Talia Martin in 2016. But I love the middle stages here, Tams, and she took the race by the scruff of the neck, and she ran to the line the best of anyone we've seen so far, I think.
She did. She knew to run through that line because you just never know what's going to happen in a Stawell gift. And with all the noise around you, you want to make sure you run through that tape to make sure you don't have any mishaps. But she had that race well and truly run from the middle phases. She has a really high forward arm movement. She doesn't use the backward arm movement as well as she possibly could, but look at the relaxation across her face. She's just got that wonderful ability there that she knows she's got the race won and run, and she can just relax and switch off a little bit. But yeah, no, that's definitely stamped her authority on this race for the final.
Look at the times for second there with Spencer in the black, Carter in the yellow, and Tori West, the heptathlete, in the white. So the time 13.70, Richo. So we've fastest 13.62 from Henderson, Pasquale 13.66, and O'Dwyer 13.70. Doesn't matter the times, you don't carry them forward, you just have to get there, and Grace O'Dwyer did that.
Very impressive, Grace. I can see this means a lot to you as an athlete that's won the Stawell gift to be back into the final.
It does, yep. I've never missed a Stawell since been running since I was born, so yeah, this event means a lot to me, my family and the squad, and just stoked to make that final.
Tell us the journey after winning the Stawell gift as a young girl, winning all that money and all the adulation, and then concentrating on your studies and more 400 metres?
Yeah, competed every year but shifted my focus towards other things, but past couple of seasons getting back into form and just really enjoying my racing again, which is what it's all about.
And what's it like being coached by your dad?
Interesting at times. He's a man of few words, but the support's always there, win or lose. I know that he loves me and we've got a big crew around us, so yeah, go Paddy Martin.
Yeah, I know Paddy. I know he's incredibly proud of you. Okay, what do you do now leading into the final?
Just relax and enjoy the day, Richard. It's not every day you make a Stawell gift final. It's pretty special, so just go out there and anything can happen.
Mate, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, an impressive run, impressive young woman, Grace O'Dwyer. You go from 16 to 24, and the stablemates come in. They've already got a sash, and now they know that they've got the chance. And that's what you want. You spend the time from Saturday Tamsin, you know you've done it here. It's a long 48 hours from Saturday afternoon to Monday afternoon, and you think about it for all of these athletes. This is their Olympics, really, for many of them, and you just want to get the semi-final over so you've got a chance to run for the big check.
Yeah, it is a long 48 hours, you're right, especially when you are the favourite going into the Monday's running. But Grace O'Dwyer, I think that experience of having been there before and also growing up watching athletes do it all the time, that's inbuilt in her memory. So she's done really well there to stay relaxed, and she'll have to go switch off. But now, the last semi-final, I think that this is the athlete to watch. Everyone's very interested to see how Olivia Hastings go. I still think that the mark that she's off, 7.25 metres, I think she's too good an athlete to go off this mark. She's a South Australian, and she's been a junior 400-metre national champion, so she is the one to watch.
So she was the fastest from the heats. So whilst we've been talking about Watson and Pasquale and O'Dwyer, Henderson, who won the first, and Berridge, there's Katie Moore, the 43-year-old, 28th year at Stawell, World Masters 100-metre finalist for her age group. 2 finals. Mannix Power in the red, but it's Hastings in the yellow. So away they go, pretty even start, and it's Carty on the outside in the black from Moore. Suarez Jury in the green, and now it's Hastings who takes over. The back markers finishing pretty quickly with Murray in the white and Mannix Power. Don't think she's going to get there though, no. So Hastings gets the win, and that's a relief for her because she was very fast last year, second fastest after the heats, but didn't make it through to the final. This year she does. So Olivia Hastings will complete the lineup for the women's gift. Takes the 6th and final semi-final. The 19-year-old is through.
A brilliant run by Olivia Hastings. She reacts well, and her first 10 metres, her drive phase is brilliant. But Chloe Mannix Power, the athlete in the red, from Queensland-based Viking squad, she was brilliant as well. And I think what Olivia had to do then was she would have felt her late. She had to really relax and make sure that she held her form to get that win done. I still think she's got a bit more to give in this final. Let's watch in the yellow. See that first 10 metres, the drive phase. She was really quick to react. She gets up into her running, using her arms beautifully. Nice forward lean, cycle movement of the legs where she's hitting the ground and putting the heel to the bottom, and then just really holding her firm through, where you can see that Chloe Mannix Power had better momentum towards the back end in the red. She's really driving so well in the red, Mannix Power, but just still upright. You still feel like she's got a little bit more to give, Olivia Hastings.
So it's going to be an interesting final. The time there, 13.77. So we'll have 2 athletes off 7 metres. That'll be Berridge and O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer might be the back marker here. And then we've got Pasquale 7.25 with Hastings on 7.25. So 4 athletes with just 25 centimetres between them. Watson out on 8.75, and then the outmarker Henderson off 10.5. So it's going to be a pretty bunch final when we get to that in a little over an hour and a bit. Jason, our field is set, and well, that'll be a relief for Olivia after what happened last year in the semi-final.
And she's still moving. She's trying to keep warm here, Olivia. Sorry for holding you for so long. Describe that emotion after last year, missing out on that final when many thought you would, to this year.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. I just ran my own race and it ended up working out. So yeah, as happy as can be.
How did you compare your heat then to your semi-final? Did you feel as good?
To be honest, my heat felt a bit better, but that's all right. I'll just bring what I've got for the final and see what happens.
What did you do yesterday? How did you handle the nerves throughout being one of the Stawell Gift favourites?
To be honest, I don't really get too nervous. I just listen to music, had a little dance, and I was good to go. So,
tell us your background. What do you do?
So I'm a disability worker, and I plan to study exercise physiology next year at uni. Yeah.
Gee, $40,000 would help through all that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be nice.
So, okay, you go and prepare now for the Stawell Gift. What are the areas you need to really work on?
Just staying relaxed. Yeah, just focus on my own lane and just, see what I can do.
Enjoy that final. You're all going to be bunched together. Have fun.
Thank you. Thanks.
So the field is set for the Change Our Game Women's Gift. Tamsin, Keely Henderson, the fastest, 13.62. I don't think she's the favourite. I don't think Pasquale at 13.66 is the favourite. I'd have Grace O'Dwyer as the favourite as you look at those times. So Henderson, Berridge, Watson, that's the order of their semi-final victories. And I think O'Dwyer, only Sue Carr's won 2 women's gifts in 91 and 95, and It's not over, that's for sure. It's going to be a great race.
It's going to be a fabulous race, and I think you're right. Grace O'Dwyer did definitely look good, but Bella Pasquale, I think, is the one to watch.
So, Richo, enjoyable semi-finals, men's not too far away.
Yeah, cracking final coming up, Dave, haven't we? And there's still so many aspects of the Stawell gift, not just the great action we see here on Central Park, but also fashions on the field's a key part of it as well, with big prize money up for grabs. Don't they look simply sensational? Maybe next year, frock up and come along. Fantastic part of the Powercore Stawell Gift Carnival.
Haley is a comet. They're across the track. Not noting if they hit the line. Who's it going to be?
So the moments before the Change Our Game women's gift, and you could imagine the nerves will be absolutely tingling for our 6 finalists. But Tamsin, we've just heard the news that we will have a scratching out of the men's Stawell gift here with Say Morris.
I know, that's a real shock. I just got told by the punters on the way down that he was out, and he looks so good celebrating before the line, so I'm not quite sure what's happened.
So we will follow that story, but let's concentrate on these 6 talented young women, and what a final we've got. From 7 metres, 2 athletes on 7, 2 on 7 1/4, 8 3/4, and then 10 1/2. It is going to be an epic clash.
And I think because they are so close, it changes things, because in their heats and their semi-finals, they've had it a little bit on their own. So I think that athletes like Olivia Hastings, who's been the favourite all the way through, now she has to run on the same mark as other athletes, and that makes it, you know, a scratch race. So you have to hold your form and stay relaxed, and it's who's going to do that the best. And I think that Bella Pasquale is the one to watch still, because she has run so often at elite level.
Now, isn't that wonderful? So there is some of the former winners, which, Tamsin, you should be standing over there in amongst that list, but you're very busy today, so a new part of the Stawell gift is an opportunity to reflect on those that have done so much to build, and then towards Liv Ryan right towards the end as recent winners.
Well, I think that's wonderful, because you know what, there is so much history that's attached to the Stawell gift, and I think by allowing them to come back and remember their moment in time is just wonderful, and they'll be able to sympathise with the athletes who are down there in the cold getting ready to run. They all look really nervous, and I saw some wonderful moments before the race with the athletes hugging each other and saying good luck, hope you have a good run. So I think they're friendly while they're before the gun, but I think during the race, Richo, you know what it's like, they're going to want to take each other down and get the win.
So set this up as the dignitaries are about to go and meet the finalists. You mentioned about how close they are.
Yeah.
Of Berridge, O'Dwyer, Hastings and Pasquale, who will be the first to 50? Who's got the most dynamic start? Because they're the one that could put pressure on the others.
Well, I mean, I think Pink and Keely Henderson will be the one who's out there still for quite a long way, because she's run that 70 metres and come fourth, and she's got a great start. But I think in terms of those back 4 markers, I feel like it's going to be Nicole. I reckon it's going to be Nicole, because Nicole, the 34-year-old who only started running 7 to 8 years ago, she's broken 12 seconds for the first time. She has a good start, so she could push, but then Bella could actually come back over the top of them. It's going to be a fascinating race.
You better make a mad dash. Dave saying, where is Tamsin Run? Former winner Tamsin Manu. Dave, a good little guard of honour there of former winners of this great race.
Yeah, great idea. And the history, 34th running of the Change Our Game Strickland family women's gift. We saw Keely Henderson, the 25-year-old outmarker, go up the track. Layla Watson, 17 years of age, won her hometown gift at Warrnambool earlier this year. Looked good in her semi-final. Not much between all of them. Henderson was the fastest with her 13.62. There's Pasquale, won the 400 last year. Reminder, her mum finished second to Grace O'Dwyer, who I think still the favourite. Her dad was 6th in the final when Dean Capobianco won in 1990. Olivia Hastings, 19. One of the 3 teenagers in the field, semi-finalists last year. Was really good in the heats, wasn't quite as good in the semi, but she's in the mix. Grace O'Dwyer won the first with equal prize money back in 2016 at 16 years of age. Her dad, 14-timer semi-finalist, twice third, has coached 4 winners. looking to become just the second to win 2 women's gifts. And Nicole Berridge, the oldest runner in the field, 34 years of age, will start off the same mark as O'Dwyer, 7 metres, semi-finalist at the National Championships. Tamsin's dashed up, and it's nervous times because whilst you can say it's not all about the cash, when first is 40,000 and second is 6,250, it's pretty much about the cash.
Well, it's a big difference, isn't there, between the first and the second, but I think being down there before the race, you could just feel the nerves amongst the women, and they know that it's a big occasion. It's quite cold out there too, and they were stripped down to their silks, and they're just trying to stay warm. They've had coaches and teammates around them to try and keep their nerves calm.
So here's the start list for the Change Our Game Women's Gift Final. You can see the 2 off 7. O'Dwyer looking to become second to win it twice. Hastings, Pasquale, the same mark, and then Watson and Henderson. Tamsin, you've been here, you know what it's like. You weren't running for 40,000, unfortunately, when you won back in 2000, but you know what's going through their minds. What is it?
Well, the thing is, you're still racing to get your name etched in history, and that's really important. If you know the history of Stawell Gift, that's what's important. And I think for these athletes, their coaches would have told them to just sit and concentrate on their race, their own lanes. As you can see there, look down the lane ropes, just focus on yourself, stay relaxed.
Instructions.
If at any time you feel unsteady, uneasy, put your hand up and we'll start again. Good luck to you all.
The winners get the bullet that's fired from the gun. He's the president this year, Graham Humphreys. Humper. He's going to get them on their way. There's Hastings. They're tense. They're anxious. Pasquale, it's been a family dream. O'Dwyer's come to the gift every year since she was born. She's in white. Pasquale, can she do what her mother couldn't quite do when O'Dwyer beat her back in 2016? Change Our Game Women's Gift Final. So away they go, clean start. Henderson got away okay. Watson began really well. Back to Pasquale. Hastings, O'Dwyer starting to move. Berridge in the red. O'Dwyer starting to move forward. Looks like she's going to be the winner here. Pasquale gets up and turns the tables on O'Dwyer. Pasquale looked like she was headed, but she fought back, and I reckon she's got it.
I reckon she's got it too. They reckon she's got it. What an incredible run. You're right. Grace O'Dwyer got in front of Bella Pasquale, but that last 20 metres, she used those legs beautifully and came back over the top of Grace O'Dwyer to get that victory, to do what her mum, Anna Deary, couldn't do. She took the win over Grace O'Dwyer, and she's got that winning check as she hugs her dad, Wally.
Well, popular name. Won the 400 last year. The 17-year-old who maintained her form to the end, Tams, and we talk about it so much as we look at the replay here. It was a great gift final.
It was a brilliant gift final. It had everything. You can see Keely Henderson has done well to hold off the fast Layla Watson, who came through, and then it just looked like it was Grace O'Dwyer in the white. But look at the yellow of Bella Pasquale finishing so super strong at the back end, and what a great dip. Look how close it is. All 6 athletes halfway down the track. We're in with a chance to win this gift, but it was all about that last 15 metres for Bella Pasquale. Fabulous, fabulous run.
She wasn't in front until the final step, after looking like it was going to be Grace's gift. And now, how composed. O'Dwyer just a little tight, only a fraction, but that's all that needed, and it was a beautiful dip. Well, Richo, storylines galore at Stawell. Her mum, Anna, second to Grace all those years ago back in 2016. Her dad was in the final, a famous final in 1990 when Capo beat them all, and now it's Bella. Get in there, Richo.
You, my girl, payback.
There's Bella and Grace. Bella, congratulations, mate. You've just won the Stawell gift. Describe that emotion when you see your dad and when you see your mum and you narrowly get there.
Oh, well, my mum just made me cry for a bit, so... but I'm just so excited and so thrilled. I just can't believe it happened.
You grew up listening to stories about your dad and your mum dreaming of winning this race, and you've finally been able to do it.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it. It's like, I've seen my mum come second a fair few times, especially to Grace. So it's just so exciting, and yeah, I'm just shocked.
You in that driving finish, did you know that you'd won?
No, I didn't know. I was like, because I knew at the start I was going to be behind everyone because I'm not a great starter. And yeah, I don't know what happened. I just came back.
I think that strength, that 400 metre strength, that you know, your talents in that area, that helped?
Yeah, definitely. The 400s do help, surprisingly.
Now, when you're only a 16-year-old, 17-year-old young lady, can you imagine what you're going to do when Murray Emerson, the chair of the Stawell Gift Event Management Board, comes across and gives you $40,000? What are you going to do with it?
Yeah, look, I don't know, probably a bit of shopping. And I'd probably have to be a little bit responsible and put some of it away for a car, but...
I'm not convinced you're a Pasquale if you're responsible.
Yeah.
Murray's about to make it official.
Thank
Bella,
you.
on winning the ladies' gift, $40,000. I'm very pleased to present to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bella, now get him to stop videoing. Here's your dad. Where's your mum? Anna, congratulations, mate. This means so much to you and to Walt. Well, let's go back to 1990, mate. The crowd was roaring for you, but little did you know there was a guy in red storming over the top.
Absolutely, which I couldn't see him, but I thought it was for me.
And then, Anna, you came so close to winning.
I came second to Grace in 2015, so we laughed a little while ago about the possibility of Bella doing the same thing, and we decided not to give that much thought, and it turned out to the Pasquale advantage today, which we're so unbelievably proud of her.
Yeah, you must be so proud of her. You know the hard work that goes into this.
Yeah, and Jason Bolton, her coach, has just worked magic with her, absolute magic. So full credit, 100% credit, Jason, to you, who's in Wangaratta at the moment watching, and his family are here with us and has been a massive support to Bella over the season.
Any advice, Wal, on how she should spend the money?
On how she should spend the money?
Yeah.
Well, I think it needs to be put away, Richo. We know that. Maybe you've got some advice for us,
No,
Richo.
I wouldn't have thought so. Responsible parents. So now you take off, and on Tuesday you head to the Australian Championships and try to make that team for the Commonwealth Youth Games.
Yeah, hopefully, that's the plan. I don't know how well it will go, but we'll have to wait and see.
And hey, Grace, can you come over very quickly? Grace O'Dwyer, so close to winning a second one. You must be proud of what this event has built now, that young ladies like this girl is making $40,000.
All I can think is when, Dad said, everyone was saying, how did it feel to Dad? And he just said, so much more special than if I had won it. And that's the same with what Anna would be feeling with Bella now. So 8 years later, she did it. And how much better is that? I'm so proud of you, Belle.
You ran so well, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks, Richo. Joy.
Well done. Hey, Bella, congratulations.
Thank you,
Enjoy,
Richo.
and good luck. Good luck as you go towards
Thank you.
Nationals.
Thanks, Richard.
Oh, magnificent scenes, great story added to the rich history here. So it was Bella Pasquale, 13.54, ahead of Grace O'Dwyer, 13.56. Nicole Berridge got up for third, ahead of Henderson, Watson and Hastings. They were the official placings of the Change Our Game Women's Gift for 2023. And what a picture that is. A family that's been coming here all their lives, and they've won sashes across the state. Hannah won the 400 here. Bella did the same.
Jack,
and now
Jack and Gabby.
women's gift, $40,000. What a race it was. Well, we've got two to go. We've got the back markers, which will always be entertaining, and then the Power Core Stawell gift final. That's still to come. And of course, George sang Flower of Scotland on the podium. New group here. 5 finalists. We lost St Morris, 141st running of this most famous race. It's a life changer for the winner. As Richo will tell you, for 30 years people have been talking about him. Let's hear the final instructions.
That position will be deemed as a break. At any stage you feel unsteady, put your hand up and we'll start again. Good luck to you all.
Tamsin, have you changed your mind in the last 3 minutes?
No, I still think that Ryan Tarrant, the athlete in the white, is the one to watch.
So Mundine, what can he do? The newcomer. Can Tarrant hold off Rizzo? They're off the same mark. Can they haul in Dunmore? Can Mundine become the ultimate stall smoky. Can Antonino on the outmark do it? We're about to find out. 141st running, Power Course Stall Gift Final. So away they go, Antonino got a pretty good start. Well, Mundine slipped. He's out of the race, I reckon. Dunmore is there, then back to Tarrant, got a bit of work to do. Rizzo is starting to move into his work as well. Tarrant, can he get there? Oh, it's tight. Tarrant and Antonino. Really close. You always seem to favour the back marker in this situation. I reckon Tarrant's got it. I reckon Tarrant might have got up. Antonino threw himself at the line. Mundine was gone after stumbling at the start. What a final it's been.
I can't believe it.
I reckon Ryan Tarrant has got it, and he has. The 18-year-old.
What scenes, Dave? 18 years of age, and he has got that check. Mundine comes in, and unfortunately he did have a bit of a mishap in that race, but Ryan Tarrant, the Adam Larkham Coach Junior, who has won junior medals and he's represented Australia already, he is the winner of the 2023 Men's Stall Gift, Power Course Stall Gift. What an effort. And there's Adam Larkham, his coach. Let's watch it back. You can see Mundine just slips and falls off the ground, so he was out of it at the start. Rizzo gets such a fabulous start. His first 20 metres, he went past Tarrant, and Tarrant stayed relaxed when that happened, but it was all the pink and the white here. And Tonino nearly got the job done to get Nick Fiedler his third stall gift in a row, but Tarrant, look at him in the white. Look at him throw out those legs. He's got great turnover, doesn't he? And he knew that he had that one. It was so close, but he just knew that he'd won.
The margin was bigger than on first inspection. Well, he's been so strong. Great dip. Maybe that's what it was from Antonino. That's a perfect finish. Kids, if you're watching at home, that's how you finish a race. You give it absolutely everything you've got. It had everything, didn't it? Mundine slipping at the start. Tarrant holding his form after Rizzo really challenged him and went past him. Antonino did what a front marker should do. Be there right until the very end, and that's the margin.
I thought you meant the Superman fly across the line.
Well,
that was a dip and a half, wasn't it? But I think we've seen a talent of the future. Ryan Tarrant, what a fabulous run.
A couple of teenagers have won the gifts, Richo. Ryan Tarrant adds his name to that historic list, and his picture will be in the Hall of Fame up there with yours.
And he does it under 4 metres, so only a handful plus have been able to do that, Ryan Tarrant. That is an extraordinary achievement. You're the stall gift winner and you're a teenager. Describe that feeling to me.
Just wow. Like, I don't really know what to say. It's just, wow, I didn't expect it. So to come out and win, that's just like, well, out of this world a bit. So
you've already represented Australia in junior athletics, and you got to Australian champs. You got that silver medal. And then did you just start thinking, oh, I'll go for a stall? Was it for a bit of fun?
Well, yeah. It was for a bit of fun. Yeah, just to end off the season nicely with the pro meets, the last race this season, domestic. So I was like, why not? Give it a crack. And yeah.
Who are these boys that were very keen to give you a big hug, mate?
Well, they are the boys. Right, the Donners. The Donners. Oh.
Well, there's a couple of diners who know a little bit about winning the stall gift. So have you started to learn at all about the history and tradition of it, or not really?
Not particularly, but he's been giving me a few lessons on the stall gift and whatnot. So, yeah.
In that final, Matty Rizzo is a wonderful starter. Oh, did he get a little gap on you there?
Oh, yeah, he definitely did. Like, great credit to him. His start was amazing. I was like, damn, got some work to do here. But no, in the end, just got over.
Yeah. And kept that streak. Now, Joe Perfumey's about to come forward from PowerCore, and this is not possible without great supporters like PowerCore. Joe, make it official.
It's official, Ryan. Congratulations.
Thank
well
you.
Run today. Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What do you possibly do, young man, as a teenager with $40,000?
Well, I've been speaking to Dad a bit. Might put a deposit down or something like that.
Right. So Dad's been giving you some guidance now, is he?
Right
Where is he?
there, in the camera.
Come over here, Dad. Put that camera down.
Mr. Businessman.
So the businessman has been telling you, don't be silly.
Yeah, exactly.
Spend it smart.
Yeah, Exactly right. Here he is right now.
Sorry, what's your name?
Mark.
Mark, congratulations, mate. You
Thank
must
you.
be incredibly proud of this young man.
Oh, absolutely. He's worked very hard, so he earns it, and we only just drive him around and fund him, and that's about it. So he does all the hard work.
You get a bit closer to him. When did you start to believe that he could win the Stawell gift? When did you start thinking about it?
Oh, probably about 1 second before the end.
Right. Do you look around here and think, what is all this fuss about, Ryan? It's quite an incredible event, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. The atmosphere is unbelievable. Better than Nationals, I must say. Sorry, Nationals. But this one takes the crown.
Okay, well, what is incumbent on you is to join that cavalcade of stars that lined up to send you down to the blocks. You've got to come back each and every year and represent this event.
Oh, that would be great. Love that.
You should be proud of him, mate.
Yeah,
Well done.
I am. Well done, Ryan.
Congratulations, Ryan Tarrant. What a win in the Stawell gift.
1/100th of a second was the margin. Tarrant ahead of Antonino. Dunmore, what a race from him. Rizzo was in fourth. Mundine, well, the start was it. The start was the finish for Mundine, and the finish was the business for Tarrant.
Well, it was a brilliant race, wasn't it? And there he is with his $40,000 check. Teenagers getting $40,000. What an effort. Athletics, what a sport to be involved in. His coach, Adam Larkham, used to be the relay coach for Australia, so knows how to coach athletes. He's trained alongside Jack Hale and learnt his caper.
And as we see in some of the professional sports where there's a lot of money, Tamsin, that $40,000 will make a huge difference for Bella Pasquale and Ryan Tarrant in helping them move through the ranks. As we have a look at the start of Mundine, he just that first step on the ground and that's it. You hardly see that. So inexperienced, and the fact that he was able to get up and running, well, the rugby sevens background helped him. And Tarrant, he's a loper, isn't he, Tamsin? He doesn't move that quickly. Rizzo gave him windburn right at the start and he was able to fight back.
Yeah, he is able to fight back because look how strong he is. You forget that he's only 18 years of age because he is a strong 18-year-old. It's that ability in that last 30 metres for mine, though, where he does get the knee lift so right and throws those long legs out and just extends his arm action as well just to get across that line. It was brilliant.
And I want to say to Nicholas Antonino, he ran a great race. He looked like it was Dunmore was going to be the man in the middle. And then all of a sudden Rizzo started to get busy and Antonino held his form. It's not an easy thing to do, and he did it very well. We've seen two Tams, and I've been here a lot. So have you. Richo's been here many years, 30 plus. We've seen two great gift finals.
They've been two amazing gift finals and I think really worthy winners. I think there's a lot to like about a lot of the races that we've watched here today. There's been some tight finishes and some real quality athletes getting across the line in that first position. It's been brilliant.
A great women's 1,000 with Claudia Hollingsworth. We saw the backmarkers 400s entertained us. And Richo, it's been a little cool, but the action has been hot.
It certainly has, Dave, and to you and Tams, and just absolutely brilliant calling. It got a little warmer. I finally got the scarf off at the end, but we saw two outstanding gift finals, and we'll see Bella Pasquale and also Ryan Tarrant into the future, who'll use that money wisely to further their athletic career and one day might just be representing Australia at an Olympic Games. Isaac Dunmiller was trying to be a dual Stawell gift winner. I think that might be the last time he races at Stawell, and he's got so much to be proud of with his career. It was a gift day that we'll never forget for our audience. Has got an opportunity to move across now to continue watching the AFL footy. Easter Monday is tradition not only for the Stawell gift here and all the build-up around Central Park and the chance to race into the history books, but it's also Hawthorn versus Geelong at the MCG. So for all of our viewers, make their way over to 7 now to watch all the great action at the MCG and keep watching the Stawell gift on 7+.
Thank you, Richo. Great job done by everyone there. We jump into the MCG for this traditional Easter Monday match.